Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Alright, put it down. The main.
And then when I go to break,
oh,
the
JJ
main
wants a
down.
camera. Okay.
Hi again, everyone, and happy 4th of July. Welcome to Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan, the home of USPBL baseball. I'm Jake Gorwitz, and I'll be in the booth for tonight's contest between the Bloomfield Birmingham Beavers and the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. We're so glad you chose to spend part of this National Day of Independence with us, and greatly appreciate you tuning in. I can't think of a better way to celebrate the 4th than watching America's pastime. We wish you could be enjoying a hot dog here with us at the ballpark, but hopefully you're being safe and having one with friends and family wherever you are watching from. Tonight's game is the second game of the 2020 season and the first for each of these two teams. If you were with me on last night's live stream, and thank you if you were, then you know we had a real dandy as the Unicorns pitching staff absolutely shut down the Woolly Mammoths and threw a combined no-hitter. The Unicorns' offense only needed to score one run, and that's exactly what they did. Unicorns took the game 1-0. I don't know if we'll see another no-no tonight, but I do know that we are in for an exciting game. I'm going to step aside for the national anthem. First pitch is coming up after the break. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube live stream. big thank you to Cassidy Temple for that national anthem rendition on this 4th of July here at Jimmy John's Field. And with that, the top of the first will be getting started shortly. Up to the plate first will be the Bloomfield Birmingham Beavers. Leading off is Ron Williams Jr., number 4, the first baseman. And on the bump tonight for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is Dugan Darnell, the starter, number 21. And let's take a look at that defensive alignment for the Diamond Hoppers real quick. At first base is Zach Gray. Second base, Jordan Pontius. At shortstop, Anthony Maselli. And out at third base, rounding out the infield, is Riley Mahalik. And Dugan Darnell's catching partner on the evening is Jordan Finney, wearing number 1. And from left to right in the outfield, we have Josh Goulet, number 12. In center field is Josh Wright. And in right field, number 5, Luke Johnson. Looks as if Darnell is just getting a few warm-up pitches in, and the show should be getting started soon. With this time, we can go through the Beavers' whole lineup 1 through 9. Like I said, Ron Williams Jr. will lead things off at first base, number 4. And at center field, wearing number 1, Alec Oland. Freddie Geely's batting third, and cleaning up is Sam Troyer. Number 5, Cameron Comer. Number 26, batting fifth is Cameron Comer. Batting sixth in the lineup is Jonathan Brandt. 7th, the designated hitter Austin Shoemaker. At eighth and in left field, Adam De La Cruz. And rounding out the lineup in right field is Colin McClelland. That brings us to the first pitch. First pitch of the night goes for a strike. It's a sunny 88 degrees here in Utica. Wind looks pretty calm. Coming our direction here in the booth a little bit. Shouldn't be much of a factor though. The second pitch is delivered. Check swing goes for a strike on Ron Williams Jr. Count 0-2. Williams Jr. needs to protect here. Darnell shakes off a few signals from Finney. The pitch goes for a ball. First ball of the night for on Williams Jr. for Darnell, I should say. Count 1-2. Agrees with Finney's signal. The pitch. Tried a little something different than a fastball. Didn't get it to land in the zone. 2-2 count on Williams. Up high brings the count to 3-2, a full count, as Williams Jr. has gotten back into this thing here in the top of the first. The pitch. Fouled to the left side. Count stays at 3-2. Deep breath from Darnell. Winds up. Strike 3 on Darnell. Called strike. He thought about it, and it was in the zone. Infield throws it around. 1 down for Darnell. That brings up Alec Oland, the center fielder for the Beavers, wearing number 17. First pitch to Oland is high for a ball. The 1-0. Check swing goes for a strike. Count 1-1 on Oland. High and inside for a ball. Finney has to stand up for that one. As Darnell makes his way back to the bump. Fouled back at right at us. Count 2-2. Oland adjusts his gloves. Steps back into the plate. Up high, count full again. Back-to-back hitters taking Darnell to a full count. He got Williams Jr. to go down. How about Oland? Swing and a miss. He does the same. 2 down for Dugan Darnell. What a start. Freddie Geely now up to bat. The second baseman. We saw Geely and Oland and Williams Jr. actually, all three play last night in the Unicorns Woolly Mammoths game. And they're back here for another one tonight, as is a good amount of the rosters here. First pitch to Geely, in for a ball. Count 1-0. The pitch fouled up and out of play to even the count at 1-1. Darnell and Finney in agreement on that pitch selection. Inside, nearly hit Geely. Count 2-1. He got out of the way of that one. The 2-1. Swing and a miss for Geely. Evens the count once again at 2-2. Darnell has an opportunity to go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Geely staying alive. He's battling with Darnell here. Fouls that one off to keep the count 2-2. The pitch. Almost fell into the zone. Did not enough, though. Count full for the third straight batter. Hit to the first baseman, and it's caught by Zach Gray, inning over. We're going to go to the bottom of the first, and we're not going to take a break on this one. We're actually having Heather from the marketing team come into the broadcast booth for a quick second to give a message and a few shout-outs.
Thanks so much, Jake. Jake is one of our new interns. He's doing a great job so far, and I just wanted to step in and say thank you to everybody tuning into our live streams. We're so thankful that you joined us yesterday on your Friday night, and if you're listening this Saturday, 4th of July evening, we hope you're having a great time, and wanted to give a few shout-outs to some of those listeners out there. I know the Groches were listening in yesterday. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope Mr. and Mrs. Geely also tuning in tonight, too. We see that Freddie's back and playing. We're happy to have him. And yeah, leave a comment if you want to be given a shout-out on some other games in the future. We're looking forward to having you guys hopefully back out here soon. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'm going to throw it back to Jake.
Thank you, Heather. We appreciate the shout-outs to everybody. And it looks like the Beavers are getting set for the bottom of the first, taking the field for the first time in this one, and the Hoppers will have a chance to step into the box. Starting pitcher for the Beavers tonight is Garrett Christman. We have a few notes on him. Right-hander, 6'2", was actually drafted in the 37th round in 2014 by the San Francisco Giants. Went to Butler University, played some college ball there. We could have another pitcher's duel on our hands tonight with a good outing from Darnell and Chrisman. And boy, did we have a good pitcher's duel last night. That was some outstanding pitching by both sides, but the Unicorns left the ballpark victorious. And that was actually the third no-hitter in USPBL history. Donnie Murray threw one in 2016 in the first year of the Utica Unicorns' existence, and Kevin Matthews the next year in 2017. So last night's was the third in league history, as Anthony Maselli, the shortstop, number 2, leads things off. First pitch is a strike on Maselli from Christman. Hit to the right side. That gets through past the first baseman, number 4. Ron Williams Jr. into right field. And that's a base knock for Anthony Maselli. He's on board for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. That didn't take long for the Hoppers to get their first man on base. Number 7, Jordan Pontius, up to bat now in an effort to move Maselli to second or possibly more. The pitch down and outside for a ball. Count 1-0 on Pontius. Hit into center field, charging in, and it looks like the second baseman, Freddie Geely, will take care of that one. Down goes Jordan Pontius. That'll bring up Luke Johnson in right field tonight, with 1 out and a man on first. Let's see what Johnson has up his sleeve. Looks like Maselli has quite the lead off in the secondary at first. Did not grab the attention of Crispin, though. He's focused on Johnson. Ball outside. Count 1-0. Count 2-0, excuse me. The 2-0. Another ball. 3-0 for Luke Johnson. He can be rather selective here. He's in a good spot. Crispin, on the other hand, has to get back into this count. Strike to get the count to 3-1. Luke Johnson thought he was going to take first base after that pitch. Had to take a step back. Maselli's going to second. The throw down is not in time and not on target. Maselli is in safely at second base. Full count on Luke Johnson, however. But now a man on second. Three two to Johnson is fouled back. Count stays the same. We didn't see Crispin take any looks at Maselli at first, but Maselli has Chrisman's attention now. Strike three, gets Johnson down, looking. 2 outs, still a man on second. That brings up the cleanup man, Zach Gray, number 22, playing first base tonight. We have a righty-lefty matchup here with 2 down in the bottom of 1. Foul to the right side. Oh, a nice snag by the first base coach with the quick hands and quick feet over there. Count 0-1 for Gray. This is Gray's season debut here. He did not make any appearances last night. The 0-1. High for a ball. Count goes to 1-1. Chrisman with the rolled up pants tonight in the stirrups. Mixing it up a little bit as Gray fouls that one back near us. Count 1-2. Hit to left center field, going back, and that's gone! A home run! Zach Gray in his season debut, first at bat, first home run. That's out of here, folks. Left center field. Adam De La Cruz was going back in left field, but there was nothing he could do about it. Over the fence, and that gives the Eastside Diamond Hoppers a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning here. What a way to start the game for Gray and the Hoppers. The third baseman, Riley Mahalik, is now up. And let's see if Chrisman can get out of this inning. First pitch goes for a strike. Mahalik has a chance to follow his teammate up with a base hit or maybe a back-to-back home run. Second pitch of the at-bat goes for a ball. The 1-1. Fouled behind the catcher and home plate umpire. Count 1-2. Swing and a miss from Mahalik, and Chrisman gets out of that one after giving up a 2-run shot to Zach Gray. A bomb to left center field. That takes us to the top of the second inning. And we're going to take a break on the USPBL YouTube live stream before half innings. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back here on the YouTube live stream for the USPBL. Top of the second inning is set to get underway. Sam Troyer will lead things off for the Birmingham Beavers. He's playing third base tonight. We saw him last night. Dugan Darnell still on the mound for the Hoppers. First pitch of the inning. Goes for a strike. 68 miles per hour on that one. 0-1 count on Troyer. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2 now. Fouled off to the left side. Keeps the count the same. Darnell takes a deep breath. Had to go through a couple pitches with Finney to get one that he likes. Fouled back by Troyer into the netting. Troyer with a nice battle here after going down 0-2 early. Another foul ball by Troyer. Staying alive. Takes a practice swing before stepping back into the box. The pitch from Darnell. 67 miles per hour. Darnell's really coming into this second inning with a few slower pitches, not really bringing the heat in this at-bat so far. The 1-2 to Troyer. Thought about that one, but held back, moving the count to 2-2. Swing and a miss from Troyer. Darnell gets out of that one. 1 out in the top of the second inning. That brings up Cameron Comer catching tonight. He had a hit in last night's ball game. Nice base knock to the right side. 1 down for Darnell and the Hoppers. First pitch to Comer. Drops in there at 74 miles per hour. Goes for a strike. Count 0-1. Swing and a miss. Maybe fouled back off the catcher's mask by Comer. Count 0-2. That home run in the bottom of the first by Zach Gray was brought to you by Kozak's Mr. Muffler. That pitch goes for a ball, 1-2 on Comer. The pitch from Darnell. Swing and a miss. Got him with the off-speed pitch, 67. Comer goes down swinging. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Darnell with a nice start to this ball game as Jonathan Brandt steps into the box. No gloves for Brandt. You don't see that too often. Saw it once or twice last night. And there's a heater from Darnell. First pitch of the at-bat goes for a strike. Humming that one in there for 91 miles per hour. Brandt hit to the left side, in between the third baseman and the shortstop into left field, fielded by Josh Goulet, and he throws it back into the infield. And the Beavers have their first base runner of the night. JJ, the field general, is back onto the field to collect the bat from Brandt as Austin Shoemaker steps into the box for tonight. With a man on first and 2 outs. Swing and a miss by number 24, Shoemaker. Count goes to 0-1. Darnell in the stretch now, keeping an eye on Brandt at first. As that pitch goes for a ball, count 1-1 on Shoemaker. We're seeing a lot of comments from family and friends in support of Shoemaker as he pops that one up into foul territory. And the third baseman, Riley Mahalik, gets under it but misses it. A lot of comments, though, from family and friends of Shoemaker in support of him and the Beavers. Quick shout out to the Shoemaker family. Hope you're enjoying the ball game so far. Count 1-2 after that foul ball. Darnell shakes off 2 or 3 pitches from Finney. Finds one that he likes. The 1-2. Hit. He hit the batter. Shoemaker will take first base to put a man on first and second with 2 outs. The Beavers could have a 2-out rally brewing in the top of the second. That brings up Adam De La Cruz with an opportunity to maybe get a run or 2 back. Darnell finding himself in a little bit of trouble now. Swing and a miss from De La Cruz. Big hack on that one. You can tell De La Cruz likes what he sees out there on the base paths and wants to make a difference. Hit to the left side of the infield to Anthony Maselli. Throw to second and gets the runner to end the inning. As we go to the bottom of the second, as the Diamond Hoppers avoid giving up any runs there, and Darnell gets out of that scramble. We'll be right back after Kid Race the Mascot, brought to you by DTE. We'll see you in the bottom of the second inning. And with that throw down to second, we're going to start the bottom of the second with Josh Goulet up to bat for the Hoppers, looking to extend his team's lead. Garrett Chrisman still on the mound for the Beavers. First pitch of the half inning is low and outside for a ball. Second consecutive ball moves the count to 2-0 on Goulet. Hit up the middle into center field. That'll drop right in front of the center fielder, Alec Oland. Josh Goulet is aboard first base. Starting off the bottom of the second, right for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. As Nick Snyder is up now. And if you're Chrisman, you just can't think too much about last inning. You just have to go ahead and attack these batters as if it was a 0-0 game. First pitch of the at-bat goes for a strike. Swing and a miss by Snyder. Chrisman is getting into a bit of a rhythm here with 2 consecutive strikes in this at-bat. Thought about that, and he did go. Down goes Snyder on 3 straight pitches. 1 out for the Beavers. Still a man on first. Josh Wright now in the batter's box to take his first at-bat of the evening. Runners going to second. The throw down. He got him. What a throw down to second from the catcher, Cameron Comer. An absolute laser down to second, and a nice tag by Jonathan Brandt to get the runner. Nice scoop on the one hopper. Throw. And got Josh Goulet running at second. Josh Wright still up. Count 2-0 on him. Popped up to the right side of the infield. Freddie Geely takes care of that one to retire the side. We're going to the top of 3. We'll be right back on the USPBL YouTube live stream. it appears as if we have a pitching change for the Hoppers. Entering the game is Noah Stroll, I believe, as Colin McClelland is up to bat. First pitch goes for a strike. The 0-1 to McClelland. Fouled back right over the head of the home plate umpire. Count 0-2 now. Hit into center field. That'll drop right in front of Josh Wright, the center fielder. And McClelland is on board safely at first with no outs in the top of the third inning. That brings us to the top of the lineup as Ron Williams Jr. is up to bat. A healthy lead from McClelland. Nothing too extreme. Hit to the right side. McClelland waits to get out of the way, and that's a base hit for Ron Williams to put another man on with no outs. Here come the Beavers, ladies and gentlemen, in the top of the third, making some noise. Let's see if they can seal the deal. Alec Owen certainly has a nice opportunity to do so. Struck out in the first inning. Let's see what he does with the new pitcher. Inside. Got pretty close to Owen's left elbow. Didn't make contact though. 1-0. Another very inside pitch from Stroll moves the count to 2-0. Oland does not seem to fear these pitches. He's not getting out of the way one bit. Fouled sharply down the left side, down the third baseline for the first strike of the at-bat on Oland. Count 2-1. With McClelland on second and Williams Jr. on first. Swing and a miss to even the count. And if you tuned into last night's game, you remember that we only played 7 innings last night. We'll be doing the same this evening. You know, first couple games of the USPBL season, players have only been here for roughly a week. We'd like to limit injuries as much as possible with the limited amount of training that the players have gone through in the past couple days as Oland goes down swinging with Freddie Geely stepping in now, looking to put a dent in the scoreboard and maybe get a run or two back. Called strike. Geely looks at that one. The 0-1 from Stroll. Another strike moves the count to 0-2. One down, men on first and second for Geely here. Inside. First ball of the at-bat. Ball called on that pitch. 2-2 on Geely from Stroll. Outside, Finney doesn't know where it is for a quick moment. Thought about throwing it to third base. Held back, though. Both runners are in safely. McClellan now on third, and Williams Jr. now on second. It appeared to just bounce out of Finney's glove and move to his left side. Both runners advance. Geely with a full count. Checked it, gets away behind the catcher. That's one run that scores. McClelland in safely with no contest. And Williams Jr. moves to third. And Geely is safe at first. A lot going on in that play. Still one down. Passed ball allows Geely to go to first and a run to score as the Beavers move within one. Sam Troyer up to bat now. First pitch goes for a strike on the third baseman. The 0-1. Hit hard to the left side. Goes foul. Count 0-2 on Troyer. Still one down. Men on the corners. Troyer steps in. Swings and hits it foul. One of the Hoppers coaches down there fields that one cleanly. Brings the ball back into the dugout. Sam Troyer, a nice piece of hitting to the right side of the field. A little opposite hitting for Troyer would do the job. He hits it to the left field. That's off the wall. Fielded by Josh Goulet. He gets it in. That'll score one. And Troyer's in safely at second as he meets his first base coach to remove the ankle and elbow padding. Cameron Comer up. And just like that, we have a tied game. Men on second and third. Beavers want more. With Comer, we saw what he can do at the plate last night. Well, he has two ducks in the pond with his name on them. First pitch goes for a ball. Count 1-0. Unlike last night, we've seen both teams go on a little run here early on. Popped up into right center field. The sun is blinding out there. Have a sack runner going home, and Geely will score to give the Beavers a one-run lead in the top of the third inning. 2 down now. A sack fly from Comer. Not on base, but he did his job. Jonathan Brandt steps in. A little Earth, Wind, and Fire for his walk-up tune. Brandt hit a single earlier in the game. That pitch goes for a strike. I think we have a balk from Stroll. He was really thinking about the base runner at second and lost his footing on the mound. Now we have a runner on third, high and inside on Brandt. Count goes to 1-1. Hit high into foul territory on the left side. Third baseman Riley Mahalik gets under it once again, but is unable to make the play in foul territory. Second time we've seen that from Mahalik. Everybody stays put. One, two to Brandt, goes into the dirt to even the count. The 2-2. Fouled away down the third baseline. Count stays the same on Brandt. The pitch from Stroll. High and inside. Slightly above the numbers on Brandt. Full count now. Brandt hits that one down the right side into foul territory. It looks like there's room for Zach Gray to make the catch. And that'll end the inning, the half inning, I should say. And we're going to the bottom of 3 now. We're going to take a quick break on the USPBL YouTube live stream. Stay tuned for more baseball. We'll be back. We usually call him JJ the Field General, but right there we're going to call him JJ the Water Boy. JJ just delivered a couple bottles of water to the umpires. I'm sure they appreciate that out there in the heat. A little water and a fresh towel. How about that service from JJ? Jordan Finney will start things off in the bottom of the third for the Hoppers. Ball high and outside to start the count at 1-0. Same result on that pitch. The 2-0. Make that 3-0 on Jordan Finney. Second consecutive night behind the plate for Finney as he's walked, and he'll take his base. 2 straight nights catching. It's got to be tough on the knees, but Finney's up to the job, and now he's on first with Anthony Maselli up to bat. He started the Hoppers' attack early in the game with a single. Let's see if he can repeat that. And he does, maybe more, into the right center gap. That's going to drop. That'll be extra bases. The outfielders fumble it. Jordan Finney's going home. And he's in safely. No need to slide. Maselli is in at second. And that's a tie ball game right there. 3-3 after that nice piece of hitting into the outfield by Maselli. Jordan Finney safe at home. How about this? Make Macomb safe at home, brought to you by Macomb County. We have a 3-3 ball game. Jordan Pontius steps in. First pitch is a strike. Hit to the left side of the infield. To the third baseman, Sam Troyer. Throw over to first to Ron Williams Jr. is good and gets Jordan Pontius trotting back to the dugout. Luke Johnson, number 5, up to bat now. Outside on that one. One down for Johnson here with a man on second. Maselli, that is. Count 2-0. Johnson hits that into right field. And that's caught by Colin McClelland. Anthony Maselli doesn't have time to go to third. And here's Zach Gray up to bat again. You guys know what he did last time. Took the Beavers yard deep into left center. And he has a chance to do the same thing all over again with Maselli on second. Another 2-run shot. Wouldn't that be something? Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Gray. Seemed like he sure would like to send it over the fence again with that hefty swing. Gets behind the catcher. Maselli gets to third base, takes a look, rounds it, but he's going to stay at 3. And Zach Gray with a great opportunity to put the Hoppers back in front now after the Beavers surge in the top half of the third inning. Hoppers responding nicely. The 1-1 to Gray. Swing and a miss. He wanted all of that one. as we hit the 8 o'clock hour. Bottom of the third. Gets behind the catcher, and Maselli is in safely. Comer had a little trouble with that one. Might have bounced off his mask and behind the plate. Got away from him nonetheless. And the Hoppers take the lead once again. 2-2 to Gray outside to make the count full. And that's a walk on Gray. He'll take first base. As Riley Mahalik steps in now. With a man on first. One 0 count after that ball, high and away. Opposite side of the plate now for that pitch, but not just right. It's on the inside near Mahalik, count 2-0. Zach Gray on first. Inside again. Gets behind Comer. And Gray will take second base. 3-0 count ensuing for Mahalik. And the shade might be covering it up a little bit at home plate, but for all of our viewers on the live stream, if you can see the red, white, and blue stars around home plate, it's a nice touch for this 4th of July as that pitch goes for a strike. 3-1 count on Mahalik. Called strike to bring the count full. The Beavers can get out of this one, limit the damage to giving up 2. That's popped up into foul territory, into the grandstand. Mahalik steps out, steps back in. Adjusts his helmet, takes a deep breath, and he's ready for the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Mahalik. Second strikeout of the game. Leaves a man on. But they score 2 runs in the bottom of the third as Chrisman gets out of that one and limits the damage. We're going to the top of the 4th inning now. And we'll be right back here on the YouTube live stream. Stick with us. The Hoppers have a new pitcher coming into the game as we get ready for the top of the fourth inning. Quincy Jones taking over the duties on the bump as Austin Shoemaker steps in for the Beavers to try to get his team the lead once again. We have a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. Inside, first pitch for Quincy Jones is a ball. I don't think we've seen a southpaw on the mound yet. Second pitch is also a ball, count 2-0 for Shoemaker. He wore one earlier in the game, hit by pitch, during his first plate appearance. That was pretty close. I guess it was enough in the zone for home plate umpires' liking. Count 2-1 now. That one goes outside. Shoemaker's ahead in this count. High and not in the zone. That brings Shoemaker to first base. Quincy Jones' first matchup is aboard as Adam De La Cruz is up now with Shoemaker on first. Lefty on righty now. De La Cruz 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, but caught by Finney. The 0-1. Inside 73 miles per hour. Mixing it up is Quincy Jones with the off speed. 1-1. Inside, but De La Cruz swings and fouls it to the right side into the netting. The pitch from Jones fouled back over the netting, either into the concourse or maybe the road. The 1-2 on De La Cruz. Runner's going. Popped up. Runner has to backtrack. That is caught by Anthony Maselli as JJ, the field general, heads back out to retrieve the bat. Colin McClelland up to bat now. We have the pitching coach coming out for a quick chat with Quincy Jones, and Jordan Finney will head out to the mound as well. Speaking of Jordan Finney, I'm taking a look at the comments here. Brian Sayers, shout out to Jordan Finney repping Albion College, go Brits. That is right. Also mentioned his throws to second. We've all seen that pop time in between half innings. Hard to run on Finney. Colin McClelland still up to bat, singled earlier in the night. Has a man on first now. It's a strike on McClelland. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2, 55 miles per hour on the gun on that one. Might have been a little faster than that, but can't argue with the numbers. Outside, gets away from Finney, runner going, throw down to second, just a little high. And he's safe. Almost overran that one, overslid, I should say. Swing and a miss. Down goes McClelland. For the second out of the inning. Man on second now. Here comes Ron Williams Jr., top of the order once again for the Beavers. Talked about his bright red barrel last night. He's repping it again tonight. Has a single and a strikeout thus far in the game. The 1-0 from Jones. 2-0. I wonder what was said in that mound visit. Most likely something along the lines of just keeping the composure early, first appearance of the season. Just want to limit the damage here in the fourth, and so far he's doing just that. Man on second, but not too much to worry about with 2 down. Count 3-1. However, if Williams Jr. is able to get on base here and bring up Alec Oland, we could have a whole new story. Runner on second bouncing around. It looks like I got close to hitting Williams Jr. It looked like he took a couple steps out of the box and winced. Didn't quite get him, though. Full count. Maybe he fouled it off of himself. That could have been it. Swing and a miss to end the inning. Beavers leave 1 on second. We're going to the bottom of the 4th here at Jimmy John's Field, as the Hoppers will take their turn stepping into the batter's box. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube live stream. I'll be right back. And the throw down to second signifies the beginning of the bottom of the fourth inning as Josh Goulet will lead things off. And before we get this half inning started, we'd like to send our best to the Pontius family. I've gotten word that they are tuning in and are excited to see their son play. Josh Goulet sends that one deep into left field, close to the warning track, into the shade. But the left fielder, Adam De La Cruz, gets under it and is able to make the play. And we have prior to this half inning, we had a pitching change for the Beavers. Into the game comes A.J. Coleman, and he retires his first batter here. Nick Snyder up now. First pitch to him is away. The 1-0. Hit to the right side of the infield. The throw over to first from Freddie Geely takes care of Nick Snyder. 2 up, 2 down. Nice start from A.J. Coleman. Stepping into the game, down 1, and he wants to keep it that way. That'll bring up the center fielder, Josh Wright, with 2 away. Looking to make something happen. A pitch from Coleman. In there down low for a ball to start Wright's at bat. Down and inside on Wright. Count 2-0 with 2 outs. Hit to the shortstop, fielded by Maselli, but he bobbles it. And Wright is in safely at first. It looked like, Jonathan Brandt, that is, at shortstop. It looked like he was going to field it cleanly on the run. But it looks like his hand got caught in his glove and wasn't able to complete the play. As Jordan Finney steps in. He was walked earlier in the game. Now 2 down with Josh Wright on first. And the throw over to first. The tag is not in time. Coleman looks over again, keeping Wright honest. The pitch to Finney goes for a ball. The throw over to first again. Not in time. Josh Wright is really being tested. And so is Coleman on the other hand. Right with these healthy leads. Making Coleman think. Finney wasn't a fan of that one. Takes that for a strike. Count 1-1 now. We have some fans of A.J. Coleman in the comment section and a couple fans tuning in from Ohio. One from Oxford and one from Steubenville. Runner going, Josh Wright heading to second, the hit and run. Not a hit and run. With 2 outs, I should say. And Jordan Finney flies out to right field, caught by Colin McClelland. And we are going to the top of the 5th now. After that out. And what do we have in store? I think the field is going to get worked on for a moment. That's a perfect time to say a special thanks to our hardworking grounds crew, brought to you by Scott's. The grounds are looking great, especially in this hot weather. The grass has got to be pretty parched out there, but it's looking good for the ball game tonight. And it looked great last night as well. Heading into the top of the fifth. Remember, we're only playing 7 tonight. Doing our best to limit injuries as we have a water gun fill up competition on the left side in foul territory. Got a couple squirt guns, or I should say super soakers, attempting to fill some buckets. A little in-between inning fun here at Jimmy John's Field in Utica. Quincy Jones will still be pitching for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as Jordan Finney trots out to reclaim his spot behind the dish. Had to quickly get set into his gear as he was the last batter up in the bottom of the fourth. Throw down to second. There's the throw from Finney down to second that I was referring to earlier. Quick pop time. Fires it down there. Alec Owen will start things off for the Bloomfield Birmingham Beavers. 2 strikeouts to his name this evening as he starts the 5th inning. Hit into center field. That drops, and it's fielded by the center fielder, Josh Wright. Bobbled it for a second, got behind him for a moment. Not enough time, however, for Alec Owen to round first and head to second. Wright gathered himself quickly enough to avoid an extra base for Oland as Freddie Geely steps in now. Geely is up to bat, and the Beavers are looking to get back into this game. We have some Beaver fans watching in Oklahoma, some fans of Jared Price. Great to have you with us. 2-0 on Freddie Geely with Oland on first. And Quincy Jones throws over just to keep an eye on him. It's tough for lefties to make a quick throw over to the bag. Fouled back into the netting by Geely. Count 2-1 for Quincy Jones now. Swing and a miss by Geely. High and a tad inside. Geely liked it enough, though. 2-2 count now on him. Oland still at first. Hit into right center field. That'll drop in between both outfielders and the second baseman. There's a throw to second, and Oland is safe. I hear some disagreements from the Hoppers dugout. They didn't like that call. They thought Oland rounded second a little too much, and the throw was in time. Infield umpire says no, as Sam Troyer is up now with a man on first and a man on second. No outs. Prime opportunity for Troyer. Played his college ball at University of Evansville. The first pitch to him goes as a strike. Troyer was found by manager Von Joshua at the California Winter League, a showcase for unsigned players. Joshua liked what he saw and invited Troyer to join him and his squad here in the USPBL. 1-1's hit to right field, bounces right in front of the right fielder, Luke Johnson, to load the bases. Sam Troyer in a big spot, but the moment wasn't too big for him. No outs. Cameron Comer up to bat now. Quincy Jones is in a bit of a jam here in the top of the fifth. Boy, if he can get out of this one with the bases loaded, 0 outs, that's going to be pretty impressive in my books. First pitch to Comer is a ball. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Not ideal for Comer. 72 miles per hour in there for a strike. Swing and a miss by Comer brings the count to 1-2 with bases loaded. Comer with a sac fly earlier in the game. He's responsible for one of these Beavers runs, and he could be responsible for a couple more with a base hit here. Count goes to 2-2 on Comer. The pitch from Jones. Swing and a miss. Sends Comer back to the dugout. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Jonathan Brandt. With some lettuce flowing out of the batter's helmet this evening for Brandt. Number 9 has some serious flow. Hit to the second baseman, has an opportunity to tag the runner, throw to first, and a stretch and a diving catch by Zach Gray. And wow, the Hoppers get out of that one with no damage done, bases loaded, and we're going to the bottom of the fifth. We're going to clear the bases. Wow. Almost at a loss of words. I was just commenting on how tough of a situation it was for Quincy Jones and the Eastside Diamond Hoppers to get out of that one, but they managed to do it. The defense stood tall behind Jones and supported his pitcher to keep the score 4-3. As we go to the bottom of the fifth, A.J. Coleman is still on the mound for the Beavers. Beavers' offensive attack would have liked to put a few more up on the board in that sequence, but they were unable to do so with that double play. That double play was brought to you by Trico, a proud partner with the USPBL. As the Beavers get set in the field. And I believe this Hoppers lineup is back at the top, starting with Anthony Maselli leading things off in this half inning. There's still time for the Beavers to get back in this one, but there's also time for the Hoppers to score a few insurance runs as the game is winding down to the latter part of the evening. Maselli with a single and a double tonight. Depending on how many more times the Hoppers make it around the lineup, and depending on what Maselli does here, he's halfway to a cycle. First pitch outside. I think somebody, is lighting off some fireworks behind the outfield, deep behind the outfield, not too close to us, but loud enough to hear him here in the booth. 1-1 on Maselli. Coleman still in there. Check swing from Maselli. He didn't go, says the home plate umpire. 2-1. Just like last night, we can see the reflection of the sun off of the center fielder's sunglasses. That's Alec Oland out there battling the sun. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Maselli for the first out of the inning. Here comes Jordan Pontius to the plate now. 0-2 on the evening. But I'm sure he would like to add another run to the board for some cushion for his Hoppers. First pitch called a strike. Swing and misses on that pitch from Coleman. 0-2 on Pontius. Deep breath from Coleman. Fouls that one off. Ball down low. Keeps Pontius in the box. Count 1-2. Pontius thought about that one, but ultimately held back. That was the right decision. Count 2-2 with one down. Swing and a miss from Pontius as Coleman retires his second straight batter here in the bottom of the fifth, keeping his team in it. Luke Johnson stepping in now with 2 outs. Even though we are at a very limited capacity, I still hear the Luke chants coming from the grandstand. Popped up high into foul territory. A 1 on Luke Johnson. Hit high and deep into left field, close to the warning track, could be foul. The left fielder, Adam De La Cruz, makes the catch to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for A.J. Coleman. That brings us to the top of the 6th inning. Beavers have another chance to get back in this, tie the game, or even maybe take a lead. Going to take a quick intermission in between these innings here. Keep it locked on the USPBL YouTube live stream. As we're getting set to begin the top of the 6th inning, our PA announcer just thanked all of our guests that are able to be in attendance tonight, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who are sticking with me here on the YouTube live stream. It means a whole lot to have all of you following us at home on this 4th of July. We have a pitching change for the Hoppers. Rabin Martin, number 40, stepping onto the mound. That one is hit by Austin Shoemaker, popped up into the infield, and caught by Anthony Maselli for the first out of the inning. Rabin Martin has some fans tuning in Michigan and Georgia on this Independence Day. Rabin Martin gets a quick out. Only time will tell if he's being brought in a setup or a closer role tonight. Throws a strike to Adam De La Cruz. Batting in the 8th spot tonight for the Beavers. The 0-1. Pitch fouled off into the netting on the right side. Count 0-2. Rabin seems to be making some quick work out of these Beavers hitters thus far. Ball outside, 89 miles per hour on that one. Martin couldn't find the zone on that one. Count goes to 2-2. one down after he retired Austin Shoemaker on the quick infield fly. Here's the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Check swing from De La Cruz. First base umpire says he did not go. De La Cruz moves the count full after that one. The pitch from Martin. Walks De La Cruz to put a man on for the Beavers. Their second to last opportunity to tie it up or take the lead. Colin McClelland, number 15, the right fielder, now into the batter's box with a man on first after De La Cruz drew the walk. When he flinched there at first, attempting to baffle Rabin Martin. Martin didn't seem too phased. The 1-0. Inside, a little low. Count 2-0. Third straight ball on McClelland, count 3-0. I'm seeing comments still discussing Quincy Jones getting out of that jam in the 5th. That was impressive, no doubt about that, as McClelland has walked on 4 consecutive pitches. Top of the lineup, Ron Williams Jr. will step back in with a great chance to mix things up here in the top of the 6th. Only one out and men on first and second. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Ron Williams Jr. Count 0-1 with one down. Hit high, just behind where the shortstop Anthony Maselli typically plays. Maselli's able to get under it and make the catch. Ron Williams is retired. 2 down now. That brings up Alec Oland. Bounced back with a single after the 2 strikeouts. Let's see if he does it again. Ball outside. Here's the 1-0 to Oland from Rabin Martin. Hit into foul territory beyond the netting. Count 1-1 now. Both runners going, and Jordan Finney does not have an opportunity to throw down to second nor third. Count 2-1 after the double steal from the Beavers. Some strategic base running from the Beavers managers. Count 3-1 now, and if Oland draws a walk here, we could have bases loaded once again on the hoppers. 2 outs, though, this time. The pitch to Oland. In for a strike. Full count with 2 outs. Big spot right here for Oland. Men on second and third. With 2 down. And he is able to draw the walk. Bases loaded now for the Beavers. And with one swing of the bat from Freddie Geely, we could be watching a whole new ball game. And some serious pressure would be put on the Diamond Hoppers heading into the bottom of the 6th. Geely 1 for 2 so far. First pitch is inside for a ball. Let's see if Rabin Martin can take a page out of Quincy Jones' book. Getting out of this jam. Oh, I think he hit Freddie Geely. Maybe he didn't. Nonetheless, a run scores at home, and we have a tied ball game. All of the runners advance. After that slide at home, the home plate umpire has to dust off home plate. And just like that, after a miscue at the plate, we have a tie game. Freddie Geely still up to bat. It's a strike 75 miles per hour in from Martin. Now the Hoppers going to have to get the bats going. Will it be tied, or will they be facing a deficit of how many, or of who knows how many runs? 2-2 count, 2 outs on Freddie Geely. Singled earlier in the game, and what a difference a single would make right here. Swing and a miss. He's not able to take the lead. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th. Tied now. 4-4 game on our hands here at Jimmy John's Field. Going to the bottom of the 6th. I'm going to step away for a brief moment. Stay tuned on the USPBL YouTube live stream. Keep it locked, folks. And here's the moment the Price family in Oklahoma has been waiting for. The right-hander, number 12, Jared Price, is assuming the pitching duties for the Beavers. His first matchup is against Zach Gray, who drew a walk and homered earlier in the game. Not exactly who you want to face when you first come into the game. Jared Price being brought in to shut things down and to give the Beavers a chance in the top of the 7th to take the lead. 2-0 count so far on Zach Gray. Fouled high and away into foul territory. Here's the 2-1. High and bounces out of Cameron Comer's glove. Makes the count 3-1 on Gray. Will the Hoppers answer in this inning? That's a good start for Eastside as Zach Gray tosses his elbow padding and takes first base as Riley Mahalik is up now with his teammate on first. No outs. First pitch is a ball. As the infield ump calls time, but I think we're good to go. Price takes a look over his shoulder. That's hit into center field. Alec Oland tracks it down to send Riley Mahalik back to the dugout and keep Zach Gray on first. Here's Josh Goulet with an opportunity here. And Zach Gray on first. First pitch to Goulet is a ball. That one goes for a strike. Price finds the strike zone on that pitch. Count 1-1. It's a ball outside. Another ball high and away. Count 3-1 on Goulet. 2 base runners here for the Hoppers would be absolutely huge. With only 1 out. Swing and a miss. 92 miles per hour flew right past Goulet. Full count now. Hit high into right field, where Colin McClelland fields it. After a crow hop, throws it back into the infield for the second out of the inning. Nick Snyder, the DH, is now up to bat with 2 down. But Zach Gray still on first, waiting for somebody to advance him. First pitch to Snyder goes for a strike. Mid to high 70s on that one. Off speed. Snyder might have been thinking fastball on that one. And that was a fastball, 93 miles per hour. Golly. Jared Price with a nice combination of pitches in his arsenal. Count 0-2. Make that 1-2 after a ball high. 1-2 and 2 outs. Hit into center field to the left of Alec Olin, and he makes the play to end the 6th inning. That brings us to the 7th. Will we see the Beavers take another lead? Or will we see the Hoppers walk this one off in the bottom half? Only time will tell as we have our classic Shake It Off dance that we have at every game here at about this time at Jimmy John's Field. Raven Martin will stay on the mound for the Hoppers, looking to keep this a tied ball game. Little room for error in the top of the 7th. If you're Martin or the fielders behind him, you don't want to make things more difficult than they already will be in the bottom of the 7th, with Jared Price pitching a nice outing so far in his season debut. I think to start things off for the Beavers, Sam Troyer will be up to bat. He played last night. Wonder how he's feeling on the back-to-back. This would be a great time to get on base or to go yard. That wraps up our Shake It Off dance in between the 6th and 7th. I think it's nice for our players to only have to play 7 tonight. Hopefully we'll get to a full 9-inning game sooner than later, with more time to acclimate to the league and to get the body loose. But I sure do miss Take Me Out to the Ball Game in the middle of the 7th. Here's Sam Troyer. Watches that one go by for a ball. The 1-0. Outside 70 miles per hour. Not a lot of movement on that one from Martin, but gets it to go for a strike. Hit to right field and caught by Luke Johnson. Didn't have to move too much for that one. And that'll bring up Cameron Comer. Cameron Comer drove one in earlier. He doesn't have anybody to drive in except himself during this at-bat. First pitch is a ball to Comer, 1-0. Count goes to 2-0 after that pitch. One down. Third straight. Ball doesn't find The zone for Rabin Martin. Count 3-0 for Comer. He can have his choice of a pitch that he likes. Didn't like that one, but that finds the zone. Moves the count to 3-1. The pitch from Martin, swinging a miss by Comer, and just like that, Rabin Martin gets his way back into the count. Anybody's at bat here. Ball high. Put Comer on first and bring up Jonathan Brandt, number 9, the shortstop. Inside down low on Brandt there from Martin. .75 miles per hour in there for a strike on Brandt. Count 1-1 now. Hit hard to the shortstop, and the throw back to first hits the runner. Nice grab by Anthony Maselli at short, and some great reaction time and awareness to throw it back to Zach Gray, but unfortunately for Maselli, Comer got in the way and stays at first. Here's Austin Shoemaker now. With 2 away. At bat starts with a ball. Shoemaker was hit by a pitch and was walked earlier. Comer still on first. Hit to the right side of the infield. Fielded barehanded by Jordan Pontius. Nice play to end the inning. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th with the Diamond Hoppers having a chance to walk this one off. Look at that. We actually do have the 7th inning stretch. I wish I could take you guys out there into the stands for some external sound, but we're going to have to sit tight here in the press box. We're going to get geared for the bottom of the 7th. I'll be right back on the USPBL YouTube live stream. Stick with us. And we're back in the bottom of the 7th, a half inning where we could see some heroics from the Diamond Hoppers. And Josh Wright will have the first chance to do just that. First pitch fouled away. Jared Price still on the bump for the Beavers, looking to shut things down here. Last pitch was coming in at 84 miles per hour. Fouled off again, maybe off Wright's foot. Took a quick hop. Here's the 1-2 from Price to Wright. Hit to the right side of the infield, fielded cleanly by Ron Williams Jr., touches the bag, and that is the first out of the bottom of the 7th. One down for Price and the Beavers. And that brings up number 1, Jordan Finney, with a chance to start something here for the Hoppers. First pitch to Finney. Looks to be a breaking ball for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, maybe foul tip back into the catcher's mitt. 92 miles per hour from Price. Amping up the heat the later we go in this game. 0-2, 1 out. Pitch to Finney, drop third strike. Running to first, but the throw is in time to get Finney, despite the effort down the first baseline. 2 outs. Here's Anthony Maselli, number 2. Been playing shortstop tonight, top of the lineup here. 2 for 3 in this contest. Hit to the right side of the infield. Oh, a nice play by Freddie Geely to retire the side. Everybody's looking around to see what the deal is. And we're going to extra innings. We're going to the 8th. We thought we were getting 7, but we'll be getting 8, maybe more. We'll see. In this next inning, what the story will be and how many innings we will need to determine a winner. Top of the 8th, here we come on the USPBL YouTube live stream. Keep it locked right here. You know where to find us. I'll be right back. And we are back in the top of the 8th, and I just got word that we will be determining a winner by using the international tiebreaker style. This will be the last inning, and both teams will have a chance to go to the plate. And if I'm not mistaken, both teams will start with a runner on second. So the USPBL has this figured out. Both teams will obviously have an advantage, not over each other. But starting out with a runner on second certainly helps the cause for both sides, as the hoppers get set in the field. I believe that is Austin Shoemaker standing behind second, and he'll be the runner, the go-ahead runner for the Beavers on second base. As the umps are making their way out to the field. Should be wrapping up with the practice pitching and fielding soon. Interesting format that we're playing with here tonight. We'd like to find a winner, but not at the cost of the potential for way more than 8 innings, as we'd like to hopefully limit injuries early on in the season, especially with a lot of these guys playing back-to-backs. We're just happy to have baseball back. The last thing we want is injuries in day 2 of the USPBL season, as Adam De La Cruz steps in for the Beavers with a man on second thanks to the international tiebreaker format. The pitch to De La Cruz goes for a ball. Working from the stretch, and De La Cruz has to duck out of the way of that one. That is high and inside, right over the left fielder's head, as Jordan Finney will trot out to have a mound visit. To talk to Ian Walda, the new pitcher for the Hoppers, taking over for Rabin Martin. Here's the 2-0 from Walda. That goes for a strike, count 2-1. Has to be somewhat of a weird feeling for Walda. You know, sometimes you inherit runners, but a lot of the times you start off an inning fresh with no runners on. But in this case, you are starting the inning off, but with a runner on second. And a 3-1 count to De La Cruz. Pitch down low in the dirt to De La Cruz. He'll take his base. Men on first and second now for the Beavers. No outs. Now we have Colin McClelland. Base hit could do some damage here. .72-mile-per-hour pitch. Goes for a ball to start off McClelland's at-bat. 4-4. Here we are in the top of the 8th. Extras. As that pitch goes for a strike. 1-1 on McClelland. Here's the third pitch of the at-bat. Outside and low for a ball. McClelland, if he's walked here, even beats out a single. The Hoppers could be facing bases loaded once again. Last pitch goes for a strike. 2-2 on McClelland. Waldo working his way back into this count. Waldo check swing, and he got him. Home plate umpire says, yes, sir. McClelland went, and he's walking back to the dugout. That brings up Ron Williams Jr. with 1 out, 2 men on. One for 4 on the night is Williams. Could make that 2 for 5. First pitch is a ball. Inside, brushes Williams Jr. back. Count 2-0 from Waldo. The pitch. High and away from Ian Waldo. Not an easy situation to come into. Extras, already a man on second. A lot of pressure. First appearance of the season. That's ball 4 to load the bases and bring up Alec Oland with 1 out. Oland could break this game wide open with a hit into the outfield here. First pitch goes for a strike as Waldo attempts to fight his way out of this one. Count goes to 0-1 as we hear more fireworks in the distance here in Utica. Not sure if the camera picked those up deep left field over the trees. But wouldn't that be a sight to see while you're watching some baseball? Count 2-1 on Oland. with the bases loaded. Outside 3-1. Not a great spot to be in for the Hoppers. If you can turn two, that's great. First and third baseman are playing in a little bit. That's a walk. They won't even get a chance to field it. And a run will score and keep the bases loaded. Beavers up 1 now in the last inning of this international tiebreaker, used to move toward a speedier conclusion while finding a winner at the same time. Here's Freddie Geely. Base is still juiced. One 0 on Geely from Walda. Only one down. Here's the pitch. Another ball. Count 2-0 now. Zach Gray and Riley Mahalik still playing in. Hit to the second baseman. Bare hand play. Throw to first. Second guessed himself. Did Jordan Pontius for a brief moment. Another run scores, but he gets the runner at first. Men on second and third now for Nick Snyder. I should say Sam Troyer. Sam Troyer, the third baseman for the Beavers. Beavers are already up 2 now, but keep in mind that the Hoppers will also start with a man on second. Gets away from Finney. Ball might have bounced in there. A nice block by the catcher to keep it in front of him. The pitch from Walda outside for this third ball of the count. Walda to Troyer here. 4 pitches, 4 balls to load the bases once again. And with that walk, Cameron Comer is up to bat. As we're going to have another mound visit. Walda, Finney, and the pitching coach talking things over as the home plate umpire walks out there to speed up the process. And he does just that. Here's Cameron Comer. Could extend this 2-run lead to 3, 4, 5, who knows, maybe 6. First pitch called strike. Comer looks at that one. Here's the 0-1. Comer fouls that one back. Walda gets ahead early, 0-2 with 2 outs here. To keep this at a 2-run deficit would be huge, to say the least, heading into the bottom of the 8th. Hit far into foul territory down the left side. Count stays the same. And if the Hoppers can keep this to 2 runs, they already have the tying run at the plate when they start the bottom of the 8th. Ball high to Comer. Count 1-2 now. As it gets darker here in Utica, nice sunset out in left field as that one is popped up very high into left field. And it's caught by Josh Goulet to retire the side. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th here. Hoppers need 3 to win. 2 to tie this one up. And don't forget they start with a man on second. The later it gets, the brighter and more noticeable the big lights are down the first and third baselines and in left and right field. No need to worry about the sun at this point in the day. I see Anthony Maselli waiting patiently down the third baseline. I'm assuming he will be the runner on second for the Diamond Hoppers as he waits for the green light to head out there after the warm-ups conclude. We have a side armor in the game now. Jack Ferguson here, taking over the pitching duties in the bottom of the 8th. Might throw off some hitters with the sidearm approach. And we'll see if he can end this game. Jack Ferguson, the left-hander, played his college ball at Madonna. Now we have a window opened here in the press box, so maybe we now can get some natural noise from outside as the infield tosses it around for Jack Ferguson. Here's Jordan Pontius to lead things off for the Diamond Hoppers with Anthony Maselli at second. So we have some speed on the base paths, but also a new pitcher in here with a new look. Bouncer to the second baseman, the throw to first. And he is out at first. Took a second to get the call from the umpire. Pontius nearly beat it out. But at the minimum, Maselli advances to third. And the Hoppers have Luke Johnson here with a chance to get within one. First pitch to Johnson goes for a strike. A 0-1 pitch outside. I hope you guys can hear these baseball sounds. I love hearing the bat hit the ball and the ball hit the mitts. Nice pop when we get a fastball to the catcher. Count 2-1 on Johnson now. And more fireworks. Bounces off the catcher. Maselli will stay at third. 3-1 now for Luke Johnson. I guess on this 4th of July, the sound of fireworks is a nice substitute for crowd noise. That's a strike. Full count now. As I can hear some screamers in the background. Swing and a miss for Luke Johnson. That's 2 down. The Beavers are within 1 out of putting this game away. Zach Gray, though, up to bat now, and if there's somebody who has the hot hand that you would want at the plate if you're the Hoppers, it's Zach Gray. We've seen his ability to change the game with one swing. Will he do it here? Ball inside to start things off for Gray. Second consecutive ball to Gray, count now 2-0. With 2 down. First strike of the at-bat. Now that Gray has seen one in the zone from Ferguson. Let's see if he'll be a little more aggressive in his approach. Foul tip back into the catcher. Count 2-2 now. He went after that one. Timing wasn't on point enough. Here's the 2-2. One more strike for the Beavers. And that's your ball game. That's a called strike to end the game. Zach Gray goes down swinging, and the Beavers emerge victorious here in night number 2 of the USPBL 2020 season. We weren't sure if the Beavers would win this one when the Hoppers went up by 2 in the first inning. But hey, in the international tiebreaker format, the Beavers win this one as the team pours out of the dugout to congratulate each other. And that'll do it for us here tonight at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. I'm Jake Gorwitz. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It was my pleasure to be on the call. And we have games Wednesday through Sunday of next week. Make sure to tune in for those. We're hoping for expanded capacity whenever we're allowed to, so be on the lookout for those announcements. Kids are running the bases right now. It's a good night at Jimmy John's Field. We got a speedster rounding third right now. I'm Jake Gorwitz. Have a good one, folks, and stay safe.